1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mudblood podcast with Paddy McDonnell.
This evening on the news.
And myself, William Thompson. I am back, Paddy. I am back. But before we get into
back,
where I was going,
back
again, Willy's back.
All I have to say is it's good to have you back.
Did you miss me?
A wee bit, I did.
I think the people missed me.
The people did miss you. They did miss you. We said that before, but done a wee game before where you weren't in, and then people were like, "No, what? No, this needs to have William in it."
You need some Willy in your life.
Oh, everybody needs a bit of Willy in their life.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, we'll get into why I was going. But before I do, it's getting into summer, Paddy, right? And you know, you can get a bit sweaty. But you know how you keep yourself clean down there?
Taps off, build a bonfire.
Tops off and pubes off with Manscaped.
Oh, why?
We're going in the summer. You want a nice wee summer breeze on your balls.
Aye.
Manscaped. And we can help you. We can help you with a 20% off discount code. Mudblood20 on the Manscaped website. Almost
The
forgot
more
what it was.
4.0. Get them down there, get them chopped. It's a skin sensitive razor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried it on the dog, on the kids. It doesn't hurt. So it should be fine on your
Been using a ball razor on your kids?
On the kids.
Mudblood20. If you want to shave your balls or your children.
Or your dog. Or
We're going to get a letter being like, stop saying the shave kids. Shave your balls for the summer. You want to go out to the beach.
Listen, do you want
Shave
your
your
head
balls.
to be as clean as Will Smith's wife?
If you want your balls to look like Jada Pinkett Smith,
G.I.G.
Mudblood20.
Mudblood20. G.I.G. in your bellies.
I'm afraid he's going to come in and slap a fuck out of us.
Keep my wax.
He went really like deep African that time. Keep my wife's neck up your fucking mouth.
He done it like...
He went hood. He went hood with it.
Yeah.
Very ghetto.
Don't. It was like... Oh, it's like somebody on... Like say your man Kenneth Branagh's on. He's like, oh, thank you very much. We've won this Belfast award. But I'm fucking telling you now.
Keep Twembrook out your fucking neck.
Taggart Bay Ballocks.
What we talked about on the Patreon episode available with Alan Butler. It is so fucking
Patreon,
mental.
by the way, you can sub for a pound.
As low as
£2,
a pound.
£3, £5, £400, whatever you want.
Yeah. It's not £800.
And
It's
you
not
get to see
£9
the
million.
ones that you can't see.
Yes. They're. But like
magic.
yeah. What are you talking about?
Put a pound in.
Put a pound in.
Flash it.
Extra episodes appear.
Yep.
It was so fucking mental. It was one of those, see when you see all the story and you're like, oh, Will Smith smacks Kevin Hart, and you think it's going to be a playful, the news is playing it up, and then you're like, he fucking cracked him.
You've actually just done...
Do you know what I mean?
You've actually just done the whole thing of what's happening at the minute with people.
What?
You just says Will Smith cracked Kevin Hart.
I cracked him.
Chris Rock, you mad cunt.
Fuck. That's you. That's you doing that. And doing Kevin Hart in my ear for ages.
Do you know how many people's like hearing that mad as fuck, Paddy? You were kicking a fucking him last week, and next minute he's getting fucking slapped by Will Smith. Like, and I'm like, that's different.
Sorry, he smacks Chris Rock.
I can't believe you said Kevin Hart there.
Mistake. He's been saying, I'm not racist, Kevin. He's been saying Kevin Hart in my ear for the past 10 minutes. Since Kevin Hart took your spot in Lavery's, you haven't fucked up about Kevin Hart.
Yes, I have.
You appeared on the news.
I done it like a clip on the news about it.
How'd that come about? Did you set yourself up for it?
They phoned me and were like, and I was like, do you know what? I was doing the Frankie Boyle fucking gig for the fella that was getting banned, and I was mad to be on the news.
Yeah.
And I was fucking picked up, sat down, they were getting ready to do it, put me live on BBC National News on the morning of the gig, and they went, oh, hold on, no, we're going to get somebody else to do it. And Shane Todd was on talking about the gig, and he was in Edinburgh and wasn't even in Belfast and had fuck all to do with the gig.
It's good to know you let that go. And you
No,
didn't
my
hold on
point
to that.
being is, listen, it happened, and that was just it. So I got a phone call. Do you want? It just shows you. It's like they didn't want to speak to Shane or Colin. Maybe they did. Maybe they were away in America. But they wanted to find out from the person that lost his gig.
Yeah. taking work from the poor wee
Stealing work,
Irish,
coming
the wee
over here,
Irish
taking my
community.
fucking work.
And you were on there dressed like you're in Peaky Blinders. You had your wee cap on, you had a wee coat.
Didn't have a cap on.
I could have sworn you had a wee cap on.
No,
Did
see,
you?
that's your wee thought.
In my mind, you had a wee, like you looked like you were selling racehorses.
Fucking what?
In my mind, that's how you looked.
There you go.
Is that not
See,
how you look?
you've mistook fucking Chris Rock for Kevin Hart, and now you thought I was wearing a fucking Del Boy cap.
I did, yeah. In my mind, you had a wee cap on. You're like, you took my spot.
No wonder you can wank over fucking Rihanna fucking videos, you wee tramp.
Again, I don't understand what's wrong with that, but I digress.
Digress?
I digress.
I don't give a fuck what you dye. I dye my hair sometimes, but
Do you?
no. People all say
You'd rock grey hair. You would rock it. Yeah, you'd rock it.
That with the
we
grey
silver
beard,
fox.
the grey hang on.
Yeah, you would. You'd look hard as fuck.
apart.
Well, do you think you'll ever go bald? Like, not, you know.
Dunno.
Is your dad's
Not
bald?
now,
Is
you
he?
can go to Turkey, like.
Aye. I see his
No, my dad hasn't went baldy, but my dad had real thin
wispy, like.
at the top. Like, my dad had
Shoelace
black hair,
hair,
but
yeah.
it was really fine, and so it never really went any further, and now he just keeps it sort of cut close down.
Aye. Because you have a good hairline for, you know, the age you are. Like, would it go
I'm 41.
Yeah, exactly. And East Belfast, like, it's gone by 25.
East Belfast, that's the life expectancy of a man. It's like you're
Exactly,
now not
yeah.
over my estate.
Yeah, literally.
Do you want to go and speak to the elder of the estate? What is it? 39.
See, if you still have your hair by 30 in East Belfast, you're like top 10%
I know, but
sexy.
you also like to shave the fucking nuggets. After the whole Gaza died.
Which we do with Manscaped.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he's dyed so much of your hair blonde back in the day because of Gaza that it all just died.
Do you remember I had the blonde hair? The real bleached blonde
You
hair?
looked like,
It was ridiculous looking.
mate,
It was so
you were
bad.
so Protestant looking. It was unreal.
I looked like a wee Aryan German
See
boy.
if you went in and says, like, make me look Protestant.
Yeah.
It was just you.
I just look like a fat James Corden.
Is he Protestant?
Nobody is fat. Do you know what I mean? You know what James Corden looks like?
Yes.
Yeah. I just looked like that. It was horrendous. And I look back on it now. I actually dyed my hair silver after that, and I just looked like Ruth
Silver?
Patterson.
Silver?
Yeah.
Was it your granny's dye? Or?
No, I thought it looked cool, and it didn't.
No.
I just looked like Ruth Patterson, genuinely.
See, this is the problem. I remember dyeing my hair like years ago, and you thought.
I
it was
think
class
you've
at the
shown
time,
me a
and
photo
you're
of you with like
what
we specked up hair.
the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, yeah. What colour did you go? Pink?
I had.
Imagine your dad's face. You rocked them with pink hair.
I know I never had pink hair. I had blonde and I had jet black. I did jet black my hair once. Remember that?
You had pure black. That's not as bad.
No, mate. You want to
Didn't suit.
No.
Didn't suit.
It
Were you a
was-
wee ginger Alex when you were younger?
No,
Because you've got a wee
never-
ginger beard.
I have a ginger beard, but no.
That's
no.
it. No. I couldn't imagine you. Did you have the hair like spiked up? Was it the same way you wear it now? How was the hair when it was?
It was style, like it was typical fucking 90s boy fucking sort of like Blink 182 sort of bollocks, do you know what I mean?
Davis 182. That was you. Just fuck.
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
Completely different band, also.
Yes, but I'm just saying, do you know what I mean?
Where are you? But it was that kind of Green Day fucking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Don't wanna be away from you, an idiot. Na, na, na. But the question on everyone's lips: where have I been?
Nobody gives a fuck.
Everyone's been asking it. Where have I been? That's all I'm getting. Where's Willie?
Look, the charges were dropped.
Yeah.
It's all cleared up.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
back now, and that's it.
I've paid off Tom Smith. I apologise.
Do you wanna fuck? Do you wanna divulge where you were? No, you don't.
I can say last week where I was. I can't say the week before. That will come out eventually. Where I was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But last week I was very, very sick because I went to a very, very dirty place amongst some very, very dirty people and caught an illness.
Yeah.
Paddy took me to the first Celtic game.
And you loved it?
I did love it. Right, so
It wasn't what you expected.
I kind of was. Like, I'm not expecting...
No, but the biggest thing for me was when you came in and you went, Jesus Christ.
The stadium's really nice. It surprised me.
Many people, and then you were like, I thought this was like Irish League.
Yeah.
And I was like, what part of it did you think was Irish League?
I was like, I thought it was going to be nicer than Irish League, but not to the level that it was. Because people are like, oh, you're a big Rangers man. I really don't watch Scottish football. I just don't. It was better quality than I thought it would have been.
Yeah.
But what I love is I went in and I was like, right, we'll not really draw attention to the fact that I'm Protestant. I got on the bus before you. I got my wee Celtic scarf on, right? I was like, right, we'll play it cool, no one will know. And I just bit my lip. No, I mean, didn't say anything to anyone. There was like an Irish guy going, oh, you guys are from Ireland as well. And everyone was like, aye. And I was like, aye, of course. And then you hopped on the bus and went, he's a wee Protestant! And everyone in the bus just fucking turns and looks at me. And then we got into the stadium and you let everybody within a 4-mile radius know that I'm a pro.
I think they all knew anyway. They were sitting going, what's that smell?
But after the first time you walked in and went, he's a wee prod, the guy came over to me and went, welcome to paradise. And then just behind him, there was a fat bird getting trailed down the stairs by security. She broke free, screamed, fuck a cops, and won a dragon soup and a child's head. That was the first thing I saw.
No, genuinely, that's the first time I've seen that happen. And I was
like, you saw it happen? I didn't make that up. Yeah. That happened.
Well, physically, they were like throwing people out round us as we came in, and there was a girl just going, it's a carton of fucking water. And the security guy was like, you can't buy cartons of water. And she went, read it. And it turned out it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had to let her stay.
In his defense, she was fucking hammered.
Yeah, and her boy was like had 20 bottles of Bud underneath him, but he went for her carton of water. Which I went, what the fuck? Like,
there was the guy who was sitting behind us with his wife and kid, and he was I stopped watching the game at one point to listen to him because he was fucking blocked.
I was going to, what's he saying next? I couldn't really.
And I was like, you can't. Like, I was like, I'll tell you after. But you saw he was having beer, he had dragon soup, I think he was doing shots at one fucking point, he was hammered, and he was with his wife and son, and he was dressed in a full Celtic kit, but he was sitting there going,
this is shit.
I don't even like football. This is fucking shit. And then anytime his wee lad got into it, he's like, oh, come on, McGregor. He's like, McGregor's a fruit. McGregor's a fucking fruit. And then eventually, he did this for about half an hour, just slobbering at his child. And eventually his wife just went, why do you even come to the games if you're going to get on like this? And he's turned around and went, for you and the child.
That was funny as fuck. That was funny.
For you. I spent the next hour walking around Scotland going to people just, for you and the child.
For you and the child.
For you and the child. It was nice though.
It was?
It was good. Trying to get a taxi afterwards wasn't that fucking fun? And we had to walk through. We're walking through estates in Glasgow and he's going, a Celtic fan was murdered here fucking 5 years ago. And I'm like, class, I'm going to get murdered for being a Celtic fan and I'm fucking not even one.
I know. The crazy bit about it was I was walking into the Protestant area with a Protestant and warning him about...
Bro, the minute we got we would have got walked up to, I'd have been like fucking singing Billy Boys, no problem. Yeah, I know the words.
Right, him or mate just fucking bang.
I got them, lads. I got them.
Oh, look, I tricked them in.
But then we had the Glasgow first ever Glasgow Mudblood podcast.
It was unreal.
It was fucking brilliant. I can't wait to go back.
It was banging, like really banging. It was
because we're worried about sales and stuff, as you do with any show. You worry about sales. But it was a full enough room, like.
Yeah.
We could have got more in, but it was full enough that it was a good fucking
definitely.
show.
Oh, brilliant start to it, like, and it was thank you everybody that came to it.
Yeah.
And I think everybody had a good time. Like, I don't think anybody says that was shade or anything.
No, it was fucking some of the best reviews for a live show I've had.
Yeah, no, it was unreal.
Because they were up for it, but they weren't like sometimes we'll do them in Belfast. And they're too up for it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, these ones were up for it.
There's too much love in the room for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those guys just fucking really enjoyed it.
No, it was great. Definitely go back and thanks to everybody.
Yes. Thank you to everyone for fucking coming. But then that meant by the time I got home, I woke up the next morning, so we'd be out drinking. And then we were getting ready to like fly to the airport and you did a shit. And I felt the need to be sick, but it was only to retch. I only needed to retch. No, like, be like, and then I opened the toilet. I was going to retch, and then there's a giant skid mark down it. So I was just like, because I couldn't stop. I had to look into the toilet to like throw up, but then I had to keep looking at the shit stain. So every time I stopped throwing up, I'd look up and be like,
It's like, these Protestants really like a clean toilet, don't they?
I could hear you pissing yourself as I was retching because I'm a loud retcher, like.
Oh, it was like, it sounded like you were being murdered.
Exercise,
you sounded like William Wallace getting quartered.
Because me throwing up is this sound of
freedom.
Yeah, it's the sound of someone getting whacked up my hole. That's what that fucking noise is. You were in fucking stitches.
That was so funny. There's a lot of things that you done was in stitches.
What else? What else did I can't remember a lot of what I did.
Yeah, you were alright. You were well behaved.
I wasn't bad. I was an annoying wee shite, but it wasn't bad.
I think it was funny whenever you were speaking to a girl and one of my mates to say
Tell this story.
to smell her hair, and the girl was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
So I was trying to be, a wee bit of big balls. Be like, because they were like, I bet you can't chat up a girl. I was like, fucking watch me. I'll do it. I thought I was doing all right because I like tapped her shoulder and pointed to her. I was like, do you know him? And she was like, no, I don't know who the fuck that is. And that was just my win to talk to her.
Right.
And I got a good 10 minutes into it. I think I was going well. She was laughing. And I was about to go, hey, do you want a drink? When fucking
don't mention
one
this.
of your, I wasn't going to. Someone just
Yes,
swoops in. You had me worried that I couldn't say his name there. And then you said it. We can't. But yeah, we're getting on all well, mate, and then he just swoops in, sniffs her hair, and then she obviously gets freaked out and fucks off, and then he turns around and blames me. And I'm like, no, he was like, that technique works all the time. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, maybe when you were younger.
He was messing you about.
I know, but he was annoying me because he then blamed me for not getting her, for like not getting my hold. I was like, that was not my fault.
I love the fact that you think you were getting your hold.
I
literally talked to her for 10 minutes.
I was in, at least. I don't think I was getting my hold. I was carrying myself well.
Paid her to talk to him.
I was carrying myself well.
You.
Well, then you didn't pay her enough.
Obviously not. She fucked off.
But like, so surely when you were younger, is there anything sticks out in your mind? You've been flirting with a girl and the boys rack it for you?
You didn't go out to get girls with lemons.
No. And I've found out why.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, we were too mental. We were like, fucking stay away from them lunatics. Like 100%. That was. We didn't go out to get girls. We went out to have a good fucking time and have a good time. We did do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have a good time. We did do.
We did do. But it was just like, if there was somebody had come out with us and they went, are we not fucking getting girls? I'd have looked at them and went, does it look like we're trying to get girls?
Aye.
We're literally beating the cunt out of each other and fucking just fucking mental.
I got on very well with your friend group because you just roast the fuck out of each other constantly.
Oh, mate,
and I love that. Like I do fine in that.
There's nothing.
Some other comedians I think would be able to hack that.
Oh mate, that'd be like, like some people have been to the back of my show in the Ulster Hall and they were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't hack it.
Whereas I take someone slobbering at me and I'm like, is that right? Well here's what I have to say.
They absolutely love when I come up with like, he looks like Peter Griffin and do you know what I mean? Which he did. Didn't they?
Yeah, no one at home's going, even though I'm pissing myself laughing, the dude was the spit of Peter Griffin.
Like it wasn't even like a wee bit.
No.
It was like, let me get a picture, lads, and show you. And I showed a picture, and everybody, that keeps coming up now.
You sounded ridiculous in the microphone though. You're like,
it's just so many photos of you.
Yeah. I love how most of our podcast is just you going through your phone being like, you look like go. I still maintain he looks like Big Keith from The Office, and everyone told me no. But that's great.
That's uncanny, like it really is.
There's you.
There was me in Scotland.
But you've been on the news a couple of times as well.
On the news a couple of times.
You've been fucking everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
On the news because you got a shite burger.
And Chris Rock stole my gig.
And Chris Rock stole your gig. It's ridiculous that people they paid in £8, whatever Lavery's is, and they get the biggest act in the world, and they're like, "But I wanted Paddy."
I know.
That's do you know what I mean? Like you're never going to be in Belfast.
The best one was them sending me and going, like I didn't even like him when he was a cartoon in Madagascar, and I was like, holy fuck. I didn't even like him when he was Paul Blart and Mall Cop, and you're like, you're totally not getting the guy who it is.
Yeah, you're not getting the magnitude of how big this fucking is. Too. We're like, but I wanted Paddy.
Yeah. So who stole your gig, May McFadden?
But that, see, to be fair, when you were in the news for the Edinburgh Burger King, right? Mental, you were in the news for it. But I'm happy to talk about how dog shit of a Burger King.
Oh,
that was.
mate, Burger
that was
King
one of the worst.
I will never go back to Burger King.
Any Burger King?
Ever again. I won't.
Oh, wow.
And like during lockdown, you couldn't get a McDonald's anywhere, right?
Yeah, because it was all.
And I
fucking
found
packed
Burger
out.
King was open in Antrim. You
Aye.
can get a drive-through. And I fucking went up and got Burger King for family, like, and that's what we had, and it was fucking alright. It wasn't amazing, but I mean, it was alright. I don't like their chips or anything.
I'm a big Burger King fan. It would be my go-to one.
Like, their burgers were always, I always thought the burgers were nicer than McDonald's, but mate, that was like from start to finish.
The bun was stale. The cheese was not melted. The burger was actually cold.
Yeah, the chips were cold.
The chips were freezing.
And the fucking Coke.
The Coke? What the fuck was up our Coke?
It's just water.
Do you know what I mean?
It was just...
Wasn't tuning in at this point. It's thinking I'm just getting
just
off
water.
about the gear in the east. The fuck's up with our Coke? My nose... I'm all blacked up.
But genuinely,
stinking.
Like everything, there wasn't even just that one thing. It was the way you get a burger and it's nice, but the chips are stinking. You just go, well, just not eat them. But I mean, the Coke was stinking, the chips was bad, and the burger was bad. And all it done was put up on Twitter, and then the next minute it was on the fucking news and Amber, and I was like,
we can go. You can go nowhere, Patrick.
how the fuck can it be on the news for getting a bad burger?
Yeah, are you just that big in Scotland? You don't realise that you having a bad burger is like stop the presses. Paddy had a bad one.
What the fuck? Do you know what was mental though? When we did go to Scotland, like, we were stopped for photos.
That was weird to me. Yeah, it's happened to me in Manchester too, and I would expect it more for you. For me, it's weird when I'm in other countries and I get stopped. Because I don't think I'm that big.
I don't think that people would be individually looking. I think over there it was to do with Mudblood. Like it was mad that people knew who we were.
Yeah.
Getting photographs.
Yeah. It's just weird. In Northern Ireland, you kind of expect it a wee bit. Do you know what I mean, a wee bit? It's when it's in a different country. You're like, holy shit, this is weird, man.
I went to Port Royce and nobody asked me for my photo.
Do you get annoyed now when you're in a room and no one asks you? You're like,
genuinely, like it's.
He's in the corner going, is that the guy from the fake one? What? Dagger Deck says what?
I was in Lidl the other day and this guy came over to me and looked in and went, gee, I wouldn't have had you down as somebody I wouldn't have put you down as somebody that bought peppers.
Ready for the row or the pudding?
I can't believe you fucking impartial to a wee fucking bit of pepper in your spaghetti bolognese, you mad cunt. whole meal fucking pot. Like he was, and I was like,
anytime you do anything, it's mad cunt.
Can you stop looking at my stuff that I haven't purchased it?
You having a pint of harp, you mad cunt.
Look at that mad cunt there. He's eating a Wrigley's original.
He's got tenner of unleaded in.
You're
fucking
a
mad bastard.
I thought you would have fucking had people doing that for you. But and then I went to the butcher's because there's no chicken fillets, and the girl came in the butcher's like, can I get a photo of you? My husband would be so jealous. The butcher went, why the fuck is somebody getting a photo of you? Like, genuinely, why the fuck is somebody getting a photo of you?
Like, angry about it?
Like, what? It was just, he had no way. He just knows me as Paddy coming in the butcher's.
Aye.
Paddy the joiner, Paddy the taxi man.
Yeah.
Paddy the fucking taxi man, the Christ, when he was in it one day and he got a big fucking claim and never give me a fucking chicken fillet even for
So people were getting photos here. He's like, fuck, you've done it again.
And he was like, why would she want a photo with me? And he had somebody in the thing went, he's a fucking, and he went, black taxi man? And he was like, no, he's a comedian.
He's a medium.
I was like, what the fuck? It blew his mind.
I only have one rule, and there's only one time I won't get a photo, and it's when my dick is out. Like if I'm taking a piss. That's the one time I don't want my photo taken.
Do you know now?
Hey, it's happened. I'm having to say it because it's happening too much.
They're like, they're gonna follow you to the toilet.
They do already. That's why I'm saying it.
I'm wanting to know how the fuck can they get in the disabled toilet at the same time as you.
I need someone.
What are you doing?
I need someone to wipe.
You're bringing people into the disabled toilet with you.
Fuck them.
Well, then can't complain if they want a photo.
No pops.
Huh?
Yeah, all balls, no pops.
Fuck me.
No, but like, Gemma, like I remember doing a gig in Cliftonville one time. It was a good gig, went well, came off, took a piss, and someone went, that was some set, now let's see your dick. And I was like, no, stop speaking to me, sir, it's weird.
And that was guy booked you?
Yeah.
Tim McGarry.
It was the next poster, next time I was there, it was like me.
Willy's Back.
We have a wee decade.
Back by popular demand.
All 4 inches of him, Willie T's back.
It's not 4, is it? 5.
I don't know. 3.
Have you measured it?
Not since I was like 15. I was like 4.5 when I was 15. I'd like to imagine I've put on
Oh, no.
a bit of
you don't.
mass.
That's it. 15's like that.
That's it then. There
Stop
you go.
scrolling at 13.
There you go.
Ours
So
would
I've got an
you have?
8-inch dick.
Right.
It stops growing at 13.
If you
That's
do
just
say you
not
have
true.
a bigger one, they will want to see it more. Than
No,
if you
absolutely no. See, I do the reverse.
say- right.
Where you say you have a small dick,
And then
and then if you get it out and it's not small, there's, you know what I mean, it's a nice surprise. But they also can't complain because they were
Surprise.
warned beforehand.
surprise.
Surprise! Surprise when I have a fanny. Surprise! How long are we on there, Sean?
Around about 28 minutes.
20 minutes. We'll take some questions because we have fuckloads.
Loads of 'em.
Fuckloads.
Loads of 'em.
A few boys, a few Mudblood fans from Derry came to see us in Liverpool.
Oh, you went on tour, didn't you?
No, it
How was it?
was unreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That bar, is it the Jack?
Jacaranda.
Was the bar I was talking about the night that night at my gig that I done in Liverpool? I ended up in that bar. The
fucking
Beatles
class.
played there, but that's like a
Yeah.
real rock
Yeah.
bar.
I assumed that was the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like Jacaranda, obviously the Cavern Club's the one that is
Yes.
the big touristy one that like people say the Beatles played in, but you know when they were like cutting their teeth, you know,
Yeah.
like and playing like smaller stuff and doing all the cover stuff. It was
When they
in
were the fucking
Yeah.
skiffle band, or what was the Beatles' original name?
the Quarrymen.
Quarrymen. There's pub quiz Sean straight fucking
Oh,
on.
aye.
I want you on my pub quiz team. You were no help there.
I was just about to say the Shankill Protestant
You were,
Boys.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking something funny.
I knew you were gonna do something like that.
I couldn't believe it though. Like, shout out to Aiden and the Derry boys for coming down. Like,
Shout out to them for
We're
coming
like,
down. Shout out to Aiden and the Londonderry boys for coming out to Sean's gig. Thank you.
Do you say
And-
Londonderry?
No,
Or do
you
say
know
Derry?
I don't. You know I say Derry.
Do you say Derry?
And I also hate if you say. I don't care which one you say either way, right? If you say Londonderry or you say Derry, right? Do not care at all. But when you correct someone, and not you specifically, when someone corrects you, if you're on stage going, I was up in Derry, and someone's like, I think you mean Londonderry. I'm just like, I think you should fucking overdose, mate, right? Because that joke is so done. Mm-hmm. Do you know, it's just done. Fuck up. I don't care what either one says. I would say Derry, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It says Derry on the big.
Because they've scribbled out the London.
No.
Someone got a big tip
That
X.
annoys me.
They're scribbling it out,
That you physically can go and get colour match done,
and they've just done the black.
and they constantly just do it with anything other than green.
I think that's the statement.
Can you not just fucking put green over the
See, it
top?
annoys me because they've done it, and then the Derry's just a lowercase d. And I'm like, that's not how you're meant to capitalise places. But it's one of those, also, I'm so used to saying Derry, because when you're in Derry gigging, that's what you call it. No one calls it there in the place when you're gigging there, like.
Because you don't gig in the Watershed.
I've gigged in the Watershed.
Have
I've
you?
still called it Derry.
What part of the Watershed did
I
you
don't know, I've just know I've done it.
I have done the Watershed actually.
There's a
now,
theatre
just
there,
saying.
isn't there? Is there?
Yes.
Then that's where I've done.
Who did you do that with?
I can't, maybe Shane?
Shane Todd.
Shane or Mickey or someone.
We filmed the Blame Game in there.
Peter E, maybe?
And then we done that Edmonton Barracks, we done a gig in there, right? Which was a youth thing, right? And there was Professor Green was on before us.
So, sorry.
So there was like four.
I was expecting like Fenton Harvey or something. Professor Green.
Yeah,
Was he doing a 10?
a mate. And we had me, Mickey, and who was the other? Maybe it was just me and Mickey. So we went to Oma and done a workshop with kids, and to try and get one of the kids to go up and do stand up.
Yeah.
And we get up, and I think one of my kids says yeah, and one of Mickey's kids says yeah. So we done like a workshop for a week up in Oma, and then brought the kids to Derry, and there was that big event on 4,000 people in the tent. And we were up doing stand up, and it was all like, this has to be clean. It was all kids from the age of 12 till or age of 11 till 18.
Right.
And this wee kid from Strabane got up, and it was like, I want to tell a joke. And he was tiny, like fucking really tiny for his age. And I was like, what age are you, 9? And he was like, no, I'm 11. And I was like, right. And I says, go ahead, tell a joke again, as long as it's clean. And I don't think I have to tell you that. And he went, no, it's clean, it's just about numbers. And I went, right, dead on. And he looked up and he says, what comes after 69? Mouthwash.
That's clean.
And it was just like,
How'd it go down?
everyone laughed like fuck. Like, he probably got the biggest laugh of the day, to be honest.
You're in the corner like, I'm taking one.
Wee bastard. Like, the organisers were like, whoa! And I was like, well, technically he didn't really say anything bad.
Yeah, that's not like that is technically that's a clean joke.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no doubt. You could do that in you could do that in Radio 4.
You could do that.
Yeah.
I was going to say something.
69 on Radio
I'm
4.
not even fucking saying it.
Well, it must have been bad if you're not going to say it.
That's it. No. I don't want cancelled for that.
We'll get cancelled eventually. I've now just accepted it. I'm like, do you
But
know what I
how
mean?
can they cancel you?
Just for something you've said. Just stop turning the fucking set down. Are you alright?
Yep.
You're like a wee dog when the postman's about. Fuck shot. Right, so these are just on my profile alone. If you could have a beer with Top Shagger Boris Johnson, what would you talk about?
Headbutting the cunt.
Yeah. How many
I
glasses do you
wouldn't
want
have
around
a
your
beer.
fucking head?
I physically hate that man.
No, I wouldn't have a beer. That cunt has access to some good shit. I'll take a top shelf whiskey and a line of coke, thank you, Boris. That's what I talk about with him.
Don't like him.
No, nearly I.
Who said that? What quick?
Robert Dickinson. Fuck, he's got loads on. The Northern Ireland UDA said you're late on our protection money. Question is, when will you be paying us? I don't think the UDA have an actual Instagram page.
UDA want protection money from us?
Yeah. Don't know what the fuck.
Willy'S want £2 out of our Patreon.
What are you fucking protecting?
Huh?
What are you protecting?
Yeah, but recording fucking West Belfast.
If we were paying protection money, UDA, it's a big waste of money.
Isn't it?
Yeah, we need to double check we're not paying. We never pay them.
Yeah.
Can you claim that back through tax?
Possibly.
I have to pay off for UDA.
I would say there's probably an office somewhere for that.
They pay off your paramilitary debts.
Yeah, where
That's
you contact
tax
them and say,
debatable.
listen, I'm paying them, and they're like, right, so you have to. I did have a friend who, I'll not mention names, but he was a manager in KFC, and he worked in the one down facing Lavery's, and they came in to get the protection money. He was from West Belfast, and he was like, I don't know you, I can't give you any money. And then head office contacted him and went, that's the window cleaners. And he went, no, they're paramilitaries. And they were like, that's the window cleaners. And he was like, no, these boys definitely don't clean windows. And they were like,
That's the window cleaners.
yes, and if you don't pay them, we won't have windows. So pay them. And he was like, I'm not fucking paying them. Shut himself. Left KFC.
And Mac, graveyard selfies, acceptable or disrespectful? I'll go with weird. It depends what you're doing. If you're going...
If you're getting the photo took at somebody else's grave,
Yeah.
slightly weird unless it's like a famous person that you liked or loved,
Yeah.
and you're being respectful. But if you're just going to random graves and like pouting,
It's like if people go to Auschwitz, stand out the front, and they're doing like the bunny ears, and you're like, hey, maybe don't do that.
no.
But
It's a
like,
bit weird getting your photo took there too, isn't it? Like,
in Auschwitz, that's one of my
Did
favourite.
you get your photo took there?
No, but see, like, ones will do that at like Republican graves and all.
Yeah.
Like standing like fucking top ramen
Aye.
in front of some like hunger striker or something in front of their grave, and you're like, nah, that's not.
I've seen that.
Weird.
I've seen that a lot more. Like standing outside of graves like that. But that Auschwitz is, it's one of my favourite Louis C.K. jokes. He's like, imagine going to Auschwitz in the 40s and just going, people are going to buy tickets to come here.
People
One
do
day.
like to go to places. Like, say there's like a house in America, and I'm not going to well, I am going to generalise it. Say there was like a house, there was a massacre in America.
Yeah.
Like,
Of the Texas Chainsaw
people
Variety.
go to that. They want to see
Yeah.
that. They want to go to where that happened.
Yeah, it's a
We
morbid.
have this thing
I did when I was in Whitechapel in London. I did the Jack the Ripper tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you go and like, she was killed here and they ripped her asshole out in this street and all. It's like, this is mental. And you go in properly, like, I'll take it. And by the end of it, you're like, right, we need to figure out who his cunt was.
Yeah.
You get proper into it.
Yeah. Well, the fairy deer, who it was?
Yeah, who was it?
It was one of the royal family.
Was it that rumour that's the Queen's private bodyguard or butler? It was someone like that, I've heard.
Oh my God,
So I've heard. I always thought it was like a Polish immigrant or something.
That's East Belfast, and it was definitely one of them Polish bosses.
Is that another Paddy fact? Oh no, it was a Queen.
No, I just got. I don't know who it was, but
Aye.
I remember watching the program about it. It was definitely somebody connected with the royal family. Like, they were convinced of it, and that's why they got away with it.
Yeah, they had to have
Like,
been.
they reckon they did catch the person doing it, but whoever this person was,
Aye.
it was in them times that the Queen could basically go, oh,
Nah, sweet. But isn't it like they can't? A lot of the murders they can't attribute. They can't.
they got away with murder back then. Fuck's sake, can't even fucking sleep with a couple of wee girls now. Fucking getting shit.
Was it like a few of the murders they can't attribute to him either because his murders were quite precise, and then some of the murders were just fucking brutal.
But then the whole point there was they were saying
He was getting sloppy.
no, there was people doing murders
Copycat murders.
to take away from that.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Right. Actually, I always thought it was people saw him doing it, and then were like, "Oh, I
people
want
off
it."
the scent.
Aye. No, we'll do this next week. Mudblood solves the case of Jack
Paddy
the
facts are
Ripper.
taken off by the
Paddy fact. I actually got sent the Paddy fact a minute ago. Let me
Paddy
find
facts
it.
are taken off.
People love Paddy facts.
What's this?
Someone just made this.
Was it Paul McAlinden?
It was Paul McAlinden. That dude does some great work. Paul McAlinden, keep your edits up.
And there was a funeral the opposite way.
I'll play this for.
Moved to the side to let the bus come, and they were singing, drunk and shouting and banging the windows. Priest at the funeral put a curse on the team and says, "You will never win another All Ireland until all players involved in this winning team are dead." There's only 2 of them left. They've played 8 times in the final and have never won from it. So you don't fuck with pedos.
Don't fuck with people. I came out of nowhere.
Officers and photographs, you would say at least 5,000 of look like Shane Todd. What's 26 plus 6? What's it equal?
I can upload this. Is very funny. Your clips out of context, even to you, sound mental. You don't fuck with pedos.
I'll go down the road of it being actual fact, and then I'll put my wee twist on it.
Yeah. But Paddy facts are taking off. We do need to just get one Paddy fact an episode.
Yeah.
Was that your last? That was this week's Paddy fact.
What was that?
Jack the Ripper was
No,
in the
because
royal
I
family.
don't know enough about that, to be honest with you.
Well, you don't know enough about most of the Paddy facts, to be fair, so I think that's alright. Look how angry he is, Sean. He's so annoyed at me.
People have, like, genuinely... I was speaking last week with fucking...
That was the ghost of the Queen.
There is an orb. Have you heard about the orb that floated down on us? Did you see us?
Yeah, in one of the episodes, there's
Like,
like
people
a,
were like, there's like a presence there and there's an orb.
Yeah.
That's one of my relatives behind us. And every time you say something bad, they're taking down the house.
That's alright, we can tell. This is my office.
Right? Jason, you're not paying the UDA in here.
Right, could you get protection money from spirits? Who do you go for that? What paramilitary deals with that? The Catholic Church? The biggest paramilitary of them all, what?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a priest that deals with all that there. Have you been affected by a spirit in your house? You could be entitled to compensation.
Being affected by a few on a Saturday? Who's to blame? Who's to blame for Jack the Ripper?
I love when you do that. You sound like some mullah in the bookies. Telling people about the best horse in the fucking Grand National.
Did you ever see that video with the guy in the bookies? And he's like, I should get my money back.
No. I wasn't in the bookies.
Where was it?
That was like here in a bar, like very close to here, and that fella died a couple of weeks ago. So.
Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
Talking about that as well.
Yeah.
I forgot what it just came into my mind. Will either of you be doing a show at Edinburgh Fringe this year, or is I just try and skim past that? I might call down. I might be
doing a week, or
I might be in Canada.
I might be doing 5 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. I was meant to be doing it, but I had a scheduling conflict, and I couldn't do my trial spot for it because I was going to be doing the Pleasance Reserve.
Right.
But couldn't. I was busy, so couldn't do it. But I might be in
Canada.
I might be in Montreal in the end of Edinburgh.
Canada.
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 See, Canada.
Canada.
Canada. Where are you from? Canada.
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 What's going on? Are you having a stroke?
No, I'm just thinking about like Yanks are fucking daft.
Canada.
Like they're connected to it, and they would be like, what's your country called?"
Canada.
Yeah. It's like Belfast. Is that like in Canada?
That's like in Ireland.
Wow. You guys are class. I watch Braveheart.
Did you get a load of that when you were in America?
Yeah.
People being like, "Oh my God, I'm Irish too."
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Mate.
Does it bother you, or are you like,
Do
"Come
you know
here,
what?
brethren"?
It's the daftness of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean the British people were in Ireland? That was probably like the one where your man got slapped the most.
It was like,
And that was me said it.
this TikTok one about, was it like last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was like, this influencer got sent a thing about like the Irish language, and he's like, Irish language? I mean, Irish, that's not a language, that's like an accent.
I agree.
Are you running in the election?
I'm with
Are
him.
you running in the election?
I was like,
Willie Thompson, TUV. Get them out.
Jim Alistair.
I would love to run for the election, not under a party, just under the slogan, "Get them out," but never specify who it is.
Yeah.
or what it is.
Yeah, or
are
what,
you
just
getting
what, just go, every time you're asked a question, just go,
Paddy McDonald.
"Get them out."
Against it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
What-
pro-choice, anti-abortion,
Well, can I
anti-gay
just say-
marriage.
Can I just say, can I put it out there? If I put my poster up in the Shangle, do you think they would take it down?
I think you'd be alright. Because I think they'd think it's a joke. Unless you had like Sinn Féin logo on it, that's getting taken down no matter what. It could be a poster of the Queen with a Sinn Féin logo on it, that's
Genuinely
getting taken down.
witnessed it today, like them putting them up, and the guys followed behind them, taking them down. And I was like, it's so fucking...
And who is it taking them down? Is it opposing parties?
Listen, it didn't look like two guys who were in a political party.
But would have associates.
If they wrapped my door look in the wood that was out the back,
Why would Pros be taking down posters in West Belfast?
because Shankill is part of West Belfast.
Oh, I always forget about that.
Yeah.
I always forget that. So I'm thinking it was like outside your house and where your house is. I was like, why? No Pros are winning that election anyway. And like, what are you doing?
No, but they're up and like the unionist stuff be up.
What a waste of fucking time. It's like when I see, and it's not even a personal preference,
There
it's
is-
just going,
there is
you're
people-
not going to
no,
get...
there is people that would vote for unionists in West Belfast.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Who,
It's like when I see a Sinn Féin poster in
genuinely
East
hate-
Belfast, I'm like, why are you
There'd be
here?
people who genuinely hate certain individuals and like I'm voting completely the opposite of him, even though I don't
I
agree
might-
with their policies.
I might actually not vote this year for the first time.
Not vote.
Might not vote. Because...
Is that not a waste? Do people
it
not
kinda
die?
is, but you
Do
know what?
People not fucking die for to have a vote.
They did, but also the fucking...
never
The assembly...
Never anybody in your side.
The assembly won't fuck it. It's like renewing insurance on a
I
fucking
loved your
broken
big
car.
man Jerry Mondern. He was brilliant.
But like, I probably will. I'll probably throw my vote away. But it
So you could have a house,
frustrates
you
me.
wouldn't take one. You could have a vote and you wouldn't vote. Do you know what I mean?
I'm under
How
no...
much of
I'm
a
under no obligation to do it. And I always vote. I always do. But see,
Who'd
with
you vote
Storm...
for?
I normally go Greens. With Stormont
Sinn
collapse...
Féin then?
No. Green Party.
The Green Party.
Green Party. They'll never get in. It's just more... There's no one I would vote for or agree with.
I just think everybody should vote for us.
But fucking Stormont again collapsed. Again. And you're like, for fuck's sake, what are we electing? It's like renewing the insurance on a car that breaks down every 3 fucking months. What is the input? What is the point? And I am someone who, like, I used to be so into my politics. I'm so fucked off this
That's why you're on Motability.
Yeah, what?
That's why you're on Motability.
Exactly. Exactly. If Motability ran Stormont collapsed, they'd have a new Stormont in. Why
I
would
think
we fix that
Stormont
one?
has its own DLA car because it keeps collapsing.
No, they don't need it. They just... It's like those cunts get enough
Big
expenses.
storm outs on some money in that deal. He's always collapsing.
What's wrong with storm outs? Full of spastics,
He's
isn't
just fucking collapsing all the time.
it? Any advice for beginner open mic?
Listen, said it before,
Just
say
keep
it
doing
again.
it.
I
Just
keep saying
do it, do it,
Go
do it,
find
do
an
it,
open
do it.
mic, do it, get up, pick your stuff, do your stuff, get up and do it. I've had loads of people saying like that lately, like, and
I get quite a bit.
I keep telling them the same thing.
Yep, just do it. In the words of Nike, just do. Do not go up and be expecting to be as good as someone who's 15 years in.
No.
Don't beat yourself up for
The
that.
best one I get is like, Paddy, I don't want you to take us the wrong way, but like I watch your clips and go, fuck, I could do that.
Yeah. I get that down. I'm like, do you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
You go and do it, and you'll see how hard it fucking is
I
to
think
get.
it's easy, like.
Yeah, but you've been in it that long. When you started, it wasn't that easy. You weren't that good when you started. I was at his gigs. He fucking wasn't. Because no one is.
I was an exception.
Were you bollocks? There is no exception. No one is. No one. If you're as good as you are at a job when you started, 15 years later, you're the same level.
Civil service?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That was very funny.
If anything, you'd be worse.
If you could slap any comedian, who? Butler when he don't give you a room.
I'm sorry, there's no balance there. There's a couple I don't like, but I don't know if I should talk about that on there.
Aye, listen, we don't really do that.
No.
So I mean, we're not that bitchy. Off camera, 100% to tell you, but
Yeah.
who would I like to slap? So, but I'm not someone who's like, if I don't like a comedian, they annoy
Doesn't
me.
mean it deserves a
I
slap.
just
Yeah.
don't care. Some people get annoyed.
If there's a
annoyed
comedian
that
that's
you'll
done
try,
stuff, there's a couple of comedians have done stuff
Yeah.
on me, and I would.
you'd slap them for that.
Oh,
But you know what I mean? Even when like people are Michael Mann, it's like Michael Mann, I kick his fucking. It's like why? Because you don't like his stand
if you
up.
don't like him, just don't like
Just
him.
don't watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't be offended.
Stand up's like or be it comedy's the one thing is like people are like if they don't like it, they're like
Yeah, like if
you
I
shouldn't
turn-
even be allowed.
If I turn on the fucking TV and what do you call it, Kesha was on,
Yeah, I'd slap her whole.
I turn it off because I fucking don't like her stuff. Like
Yeah.
it actually gets me down. Listen to it.
Well, Kasha,
Like
are you
in the morning tea.
are you driving about in 2009?
And I'm like,
How do you feel about Tayo Cruz, bro?
so I just turn it off. But I'm giving you an example.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
People,
so-
especially even in the olden days, it'd be different where like you didn't get a choice. What was on is what was on. See in this day
Oh,
and
I
age,
know, William. We didn't get a choice in anything.
I know,
Anything.
and I liked it
We
like
didn't
that.
even get houses.
And it was better because you rack them. So, but like now, there's such a variety of choice of anything. There's no reason to be watching something you don't like.
Yeah.
There is literally no excuse to be like, oh, I don't like this song. Fucking change the song. Don't like this movie or this actor. Watch a different fucking movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you.
How did I find my first Celtic match? It was great. I had a great time. I got very, very sick from prolonged Finian exposure, but I was fine. Honestly, seeing on day 2 of me being sick, I felt like that cunt Litvinenko. The one who got poisoned like years ago. I felt like that. They've done something.
Jake Burger.
They've done something to me. I can't.
You started turning Fenian.
I can't slip something in my header. Like.
You started turning Fenian. The wee Fenian gremlin inside you was starting to come in. Every time there's a full moon now, you go full Fenian.
So any St. Paddy's Day, I'll go full Fenian. Because you get
The
your
full moon out and you start becoming a wolf tone.
You get your
in Celtic Park.
no,
Oh,
then
for fuck's sake, he's the same. They don't get drinks
Don't get
at
drink
a
in it.
football match. Jesus Christ.
no, because they can't be trusted with drink, Sean.
I was going to say that's middle classes.
They're a lower class of people. They can't be trusted with alcohol.
No, there's alcohol in the
Systems of the
Drag
people in it.
yeah. Well, going by the ones behind us, they were bringing their own.
They were
alcohol in.
fucking hammered. Like, honestly, I thought they were going to be at one of our gigs. When are you, Paddy, going to do a stand-up gig in Glasgow? I have no plans to be in Glasgow. When are you next in Glasgow?
We just did one.
I know we just did one, but
Yes, I'm going back.
yeah, you're going back. Right, finish up on this question.
Yep.
Kieran McGivern, what would you do if you told a joke about Paddy's wife on stage and he dropped you I would probably wake up 4 days later with a better car if you smacked me.
Why?
Do you know what? See, if I told a joke about your wife, it wouldn't be you I'd be afraid of smacking me.
It'd be her.
It would be Andrea kicking my fucking. And she fucking would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. You're like, no, yeah, 100% she would. Wouldn't even question it.
Right, thank you very much. See you
Thank
later.
you.
Have a good one.
Remember, subscribe to the Patreon, and also tickets to my next solo show are out next week. William Thompson, Barely Noticeable.
My tickets are on sale from 10 a.m. this Friday, so it'll be after this has went out. And they're available from all the usual outlets, Shang.com, Ticketmaster IE, and it's for the second Waterfront Hall.
It is indeed. Well done, sir. Sold out one.
Let's go.
Limelight. So, our tickets are out. Go buy them.
Yeehaw.
I feel electric when